Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Of course, 10 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. We always appreciate our friends over at Brock. And of course, you need a roof issue, or if you have a roof issue, give us a shout 364-1007, 364-1007. Terrio, Tilly, me, Joe Morales, the whole gang. Love to help you out. 364-1007. All right. How about the baseball Tigers? LSU rallies in the ninth inning to beat Southeastern 4-3. Lot to unpack from this game. We'll start with the end because that's where the drama was. Tigers and Lions were tied 1-1 going to the eighth. The Tiger bullpen wobbled a bit there. Justin Lohr came in to pitch the eighth. 4-pitch walk and a balk. So you got a runner on second with nobody on. I'm sorry, with nobody out. They bring in Gavin Guidry, and he gets a ground out. They intentionally walk a hitter. Then he goes single, so 2 runs score, and then he gets a strikeout. So LSU goes into the ninth, top of the ninth, down 3-1. 1-out single by Stephen Milam, a fly out by Bear Jones, and all of a sudden LSU's got a man on first with with 2 outs and down 2 runs, and that's where the drama started, man. So Mac Bingham worked a walk, really good at bat, down 2 strikes. I think he was down 1-2 in the count. Actually, I have it here. Let's see. Yeah, he was down 1-2, down 1-2 in the count. Came back, looked at 3 high fastballs and drew the walk. So you had first and second now with 2 outs. Ethan Fry comes in to pinch hit for Kucherak, and Fry doubles. Big spot for the sophomore. LSU's within a run. Paxton Kling comes up as the lineup turns over, and Paxton Kling doubles, and LSU takes a 4-3 lead. It was kind of crazy. Then Ackenhausen came in and was just filthy in the ninth. So LSU winds up winning 4-3. Obviously, the drama at the end is what a lot of people talk about. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the job that Cade Anderson did. He was awesome again. Cade Anderson went 5 innings, struck out 13. If you didn't watch the game, Cade Anderson actually struck out the first 7 batters of the game. Struck out the side in the first, the second, struck out the first batter of the third. So struck out the first 7 batters he faced, allowed just 1 run on 2 hits. And honestly, the defense did him no favors. There was a ball to right where Pearson misplayed and ended up being a 2-base error, allowed a runner to get to third. But that's how the only run that that Anderson allowed came in was unearned. So, man, I'm gonna tell you, Ulloa came in into a tough spot, and with the runner on third that he inherited, that run scored, but Ulloa did well to limit it to just that. And then the eighth that we mentioned got a little wobbly there with Lohr and Guidry. Guidry ends up actually getting the win, but in any event, look, Dalton Asfalm, who was the starter from Southeastern's kid from Central, he's a lefty, 92, 96, really good slider, and he started the game and went 2 innings. He's their closer, but he started the game, went 2 innings, and then it was several relievers after that for Southeastern. But Tigers get a win on the road, 4-3, and so they'll come home for a 3-game series against Xavier, and then obviously next week they'll have a midweek before they open up SEC play. So Tiger baseball wins. Tiger basketball takes it on the chin at Arkansas. Never really close in this one, unfortunately, and kind of predictable, man. Like we've talked about, really tough place to play at Bud Walton Arena. That's a very different Arkansas team from the last time LSU faced them. I mean, you didn't really know what you were going to get. So LSU went and scored 83, but they gave up 94. I mean, it's a really good offensive Arkansas team. So our guy Wes Moore told you to take the over. And if you're listening to AFR, he said take the over in this game, and he was right. I think the total was 154. Maybe it ended up 94-83. So, so what did we end up at? 170, 177. So cruised past the over. So you catch that ticket if you listen to Wes. So kind of what we assumed, right? That LSU might, we want them to split those road games. they got the win on Saturday, um, and you lose here against Vanderbilt. They lose here against Arkansas. But it's a good opportunity now to come home against Missouri and finish 500 in conference play. And if you do that, you're going to be an NIT team. So let's see if Tigers can go get that done. I don't know why I still have the baseball rally thing right there. Okay, let's say some good mornings. You know the drill. Fire away. You've got a question, comment, anything you got. LSU football is on the practice field. Media availability here in about 20 minutes. Unfortunately, I won't be there because, as you know, I bring Drew to school. So we'll get you a full practice report on AFR today at 3. Damon Gilmore, good morning. Matt Plavidal, good morning. Kelly Gross, what up? Wacky Chris, good morning. Pitching continues to be great. Plenty of time to get the offense and fielding sorted. Nice to see the Tigers face adversity and overcome. So I think the defense has actually been really good. Every team is going to commit errors here or there, but I think the defense has been really good. Aside from the error, look at the box score. Aside from Pearson's error in right, yeah, that was it last night. It was just Pearson's error in right. So, it was a base hit to right. And he misplayed it, got through him, and went to the wall. So, I think they ruled it a double and a one base error. Should have been a single and a two base error, but whatever. Let's see. Brett Guidry, Anderson was awesome. Pitching staff is deep. I'm going to start. I hate to do this, but I think I need to start looking at comps for Anderson as a freshman and Aaron Nola as a freshman. I'm not saying he's Aaron Nola or going to be Aaron Nola or anything of the sort. And he's a lefty, and Nola was a righty, and they're inherently different. But Nola, you might remember, was the midweek guy in his freshman season for the first month. And then he pitched against Tulane and on the road and was brilliant. And the next week when they opened up SEC play, he was the Sunday guy in SEC play. Now, I'm not suggesting that they're going to move Cade Anderson into the bullpen. I'm into the weekend rotation, excuse me. I think you might be smart to use him out of the bullpen in the weekend if you need another dominant left-handed bullpen arm, but it might be a thing where he's your midweek guy, and if somebody in the rotation wobbles, he slides in there, like Nola did back in 2012 as a freshman. Okay, Brant Roban, morning. Shoo, great teams find a way to win. Shane Anderson couldn't get the win for an outstanding performance. Happens, man. That's baseball. That's speaking of Aaron Nola. That's what he's dealt with in Philly for most of his career. His win total never looks quite as good as it should because they'll go 7 innings of 4-hit 2-run ball, and they'll lose 2-1. Stephen Oubre, good morning. You say Oubre or you say Oob? Last night saved our regional hopes. Well done, Stephen. Matt Lusto, Scone, appreciate the Kelly's Inn interview. Love the idea of the new updated PMAC. Hate the idea of crony capitalism. Yeah, if you didn't catch the Kelly's Inn interview, that's LSU's deputy athletic director and executive deputy athletic director and COO. If you missed that conversation about a new basketball arena / multi-use facility for LSU, check it out. It's on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube. It's on After Further Review podcast. It was on LSU Daily yesterday, so you can get a lot of different ways. But highly rate. It's 15 minutes worth your time to really get all the info that you need about a new arena. Jason H. Morning kicks of the day. Y'all seen these before? G Nikes, love the canvas laces with the black sole, the olive green and the orange. Love it. Orange in the shoe, bring out the orange in the shirt. You know what I mean? Got to do it. Wendell Norman, good morning. Brett DeGrow, morning, Matt. Great time in Hammond last night. Great crowd. Good getting back to Mel's stomping grounds. All right, Brett. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Phil Smith, shout out to Brock. Told Dr. Kevin Riche you were my reference to come there. That's awesome, Phil. Thank you so much, man. Cheers. Riche is a great dude, by the way. Calichi. Kevin Riche is a Catholic High grad. And last year, whenever I did, or this past fall, I should say, whenever I did my Brock Doc series where I sat down and interviewed a lot of the Brock Docs for their podcast series, Riche was one of the ones that I got to interview. Great doctor. I don't know if you were there for hip, or he specialized in hip, but they all do a lot of things. But thanks for going to see him, man. Brock, they're the best. Right there, Brock. Matt Plavidal, don't ask me why I was thinking of when Gordy would bust in your show and Jimmy Just Hair would play the Shane McMahon music. Fun times. The funny thing about that, Matt, is um, so Gordy and I have a great synergy, and you may know the saying, "You can't troll a troll." Well, he and I are both trolls. All of that was completely staged. All the times Gordy would bust in on the show was completely staged. He never just walked in. It was 100% of the time always staged. Uh, Harrelson knew it was coming. We'd have the Shane McMahon, "Here Comes the Money," music cued. I'd pretend to be incensed. It was basically pro wrestling. That's what it was. It was always staged. We had a good time doing it. And the amount of people, shout out Guy Brooks, by the way, good morning. The amount of people that didn't understand that and would get, they would choose sides, right? Either, "Man, I can't believe Gordy walks in on your show like that. It's so disrespectful." Or the people who would tell Gordy, "Man, you're the boss. You can do whatever you want. How dare he talk to you that way?" It created. We had a lot of fun with it. Anyway, Kelly Presley, morning. Thanks for the recap of the baseball game. Couldn't take the commentators anymore. Had to turn it off. It was funny when the game ends. The game ends. The If you're watching on ESPN Plus, the obviously Southeastern provides the commentators just in the same way that when LSU is hosting a game, it's LSU paying the commentators. With Lynn Rollins and Ben McDonald or Ronnie Rance or whoever it might be. It was so funny. As soon as the game ends, the first thing that the announcer said was, "You got to tip your cap to Southeastern. What a great effort here tonight." I'm like, "You mean the team that blew a 2-run lead in the ninth inning when they were down to their final out? Tip your cap." I'm like, they gagged. You tip your cap to LSU for the rally. Anyway, whatever. Timothy Fontenot, good morning. Cody Kebido, morning, Matt. No better way to start my birthday with morning scone. Happy birthday, Cody. Hope it's a great one, man. Any concern with the errors for baseball? Am I overreacting? Yeah, I don't think they've committed a bunch of errors. They had one yesterday. Let's see. Let me look up the season. On the season, they've committed a total of 8 errors. They're fielding 982. I mean, in Major League Baseball, like, you wanna be over 980. I mean, that's like the bottom in Major League Baseball. Like, that's the benchmark in the bigs. You gotta be over 980, fielding. They're at 982. So 8 errors so far, 8 errors total so far in how many games have they played? 12? They 11-1, right? Oh, they're 12-1. So 13 games? 8 errors in 13 games? Like, yeah, bro, you're overreacting. I mean, 8 error I mean, let me make sure I'm not reading this wrong. Um, but 8 errors in 13 games, fielding 982 as a team is really good. Uh, let's make sure again I got this right. Yeah, there we go. Let's see the E column. Yeah, 8 errors, fielding 982. Like, LSU's opponents for comparison are fielding 973. So, yes, if you're talking about errors, you are overreacting to errors right now. Charlie Cavell, wait, real quick, by American Patriot. Good morning. Like the new camera angle. Thank you, man. Just so by comparison, hang on. Let's see what they fielded last year. Obviously, a great team last year. Great defensive team as well. LSU last year as a team fielded. LSU last year as a team fielded 975. So they're actually better right now than they were a year ago. Now, granted, that was through 70 games or whatever. They played 54 and 17. 71 games. So, but yes, they're fielding 982, 8 errors through 13 games. You are overreacting. But happy birthday, Cody. Trivia Carter, good morning. Let's see. The GOAT, Matt, let's not tweet about perfect games anymore. I didn't tweet about perfect games. What are you talking about? Let's see. Brant Roban, I'm confused on what determines a pitcher getting a win and a loss. You have to have the lead when you exit the game. So, that unless if there's some caveat deep within the rule book that I'm missing, or if it's tied and then your team takes the lead subsequent. So, see, I would think, yeah, I thought Ackenhausen would have gotten the win, but Gidry got the win. But yeah, so you have to have the lead. And unless previously stated, um, unless if like at the beginning of the game, a coach makes it known to the official score, hey, my starter's only going to throw 3 innings, then he could, in theory, still qualify for the win if he had the lead, never gave it up, and so on. Jordan Frizzell, hey Matt, are you going to let the next round guys call you Muscana again today? uh, uh, they can call me whatever they want, man. So I'm going on an Alabama radio station on Jocks FM on the next round a little later this morning. So looking forward. Those guys are great. I always appreciate the invite. But yes, every time I go on basically every radio show, nobody ever says my name right. It's Muscana, Moscone. Muscana is the most commonly mispronunciation. Let's see. Tommy Primo, what's up? You know what I'm mostly hey, Brent St. Germain. Good morning, Brent. Not Bart, Brent St. Germain. Enjoyed the Ace Ventura meme you tweeted. Thank you, Brent. Good looking out, man. I was hoping a lot of people would get that. In the second Ace Ventura, when they go get Ace out of the Buddhist temple or whatever. If you haven't seen the movie, they're up, this high temple with it's like a mile of stairs all the way down. And he's like, before they leave, he wanted to do a slinky. So he does the slinky all the way down the stairs. It gets to the very last step and stops. And he goes, man, can you believe that? It was right there. And so I tweeted that GIF and was like, Southeastern fans probably. Anyway. And I am very interested, back to Jordan's question about me going on the next round in Birmingham. I am really curious. I've not done an interview on an Alabama radio station since all of the Bama is burning stuff. So this will be my first opportunity on a Bama radio station for the Bama is burning conversation. So I will be very curious to see if they broach the topic. Lowell Cormier, good morning. Adam Parker, Eric Wilder, not that it's a real option, but curious if you'd rather a first-round NCAA tournament exit or deep NIT run. 100 million%, not even a question, not even a debate. It's the NCAA tournament. Nobody watches the NIT. Nobody remembers the NIT. Nobody cares about the NIT. And I'm not saying you should care about the NIT. What I am saying is, in context of this LSU program, the progress they're making in earning an NIT bid would be notable. But without context, just looking at a program as a whole, you always want to be in the NCAA tournament. That's something you could sell to recruits. That's what recruit comes to a school wanting to go to the NIT. Recruits go to school wanting to be in the NCAA tournament. So, yes, NCAA tournament, a bajillion%. Not even a question. Antron, good morning. Happy SC Tournament Thursday. Hope we have good practice today. Yeah, man. Tigers on the practice field this morning. So we'll see, man. We'll get a practice report. Brian Kelly meet with reporters around 9:30. So if you're on the Twitter machine, et cetera, be on the lookout for social media posts and updates around then. Greg Daigle, let's see. I expected the basketball team to lose, but with postseason on the line, really poor, sloppy play was disappointing. Process, man. Bud Walton's a tough place to play. I think Drew's backpack's beeping. Brian Wynn, good morning. Tough loss for basketball Tigers. Wrong Arkansas team showed up for us last night. True. Look, man, I thought, Brian, that maybe Arkansas emptied the tank against Kentucky, right? On the road, gave it their all, scored 102, lost, thought maybe they might lay down a little bit. But no, they played great last night, so credit to them. Hey, we're always brought to you by Brock. Of course, shout out to Brock. If you need an orthopedist, they're the best. 10 locations around the greater Baton Rouge area. Book an appointment, walk-ins, nights and weekends at the after-hours clinic. Walk-ins are always welcome. brortho.com, brortho.com. If you need an orthopedist, they're the best. And remember, Hammond. They've got the Hammond location. So if you're in Tangipahoa Parish, go to the Hammond Brock location. They're the best. Okay. And of course, if you got a roof issue, terrible rain earlier this week, give us a shout. 364-1007. We have a really important meeting today with the roofing folks. So hopefully after today, I'll be able to share some insight as far as future name, et cetera, branding, all that sort of stuff. What hat I'll ask a lot of you to wear coming up soon. Hopefully. So in the meantime, give us a shout. 364-1007. Free, no obligation roofing inspection. 364-1007. 364-1007. Okay. Let me go stop Drew's backpack real quick and we'll come back and we'll do about 5 more minutes. Okay. All right, y'all. Please smash the like button, by the way. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. If you're there on LinkedIn, let's connect. Appreciate you for being there. Let's see. Leon Williams, Irfan Sayad. Excuse me. I think I might have missed a couple of comments here. Hang on. I did. Hang on. Rooney VR, what's going on? Good morning. Taylor Hudson, any chance K gets moved to the weekend? It was fire last night. Not right now. If you were here at the start of the show, the comp I made would have been I need to start looking into Nola's freshman year. That's the best comp. Nola started as the midweek guy. And by the time they got to conference play, he was in the weekend. If one of the guys really struggles this weekend against Xavier, one of the starters, maybe you take a look at that next week against Mississippi State, but I don't think we're there. Vaughn Bluesman, good morning. Bubba Smith, what's up? Cajun Country, excited to hear about Mason Smith. Wish him best of luck, especially with his freakish ability. Wish he would have had better luck at LSU. Yeah, so Field Yates put out his top 50 prospects for the draft after the combine, and number 50 on the list was Mason Smith, and has him listed as the 4th best interior defensive tackle in the draft. So Mason Smith, we talked about him as being a guy who had a lot to gain at the combine. He went and performed exceptionally well, and apparently got a lot of people's attention, which is great to see for him. David Tolson, interview with Kelly Zinn was journalism gold. You got all kinds of information from her. Thank you for listening, David. And thank you for the kind words. I love doing stuff like that. I love business too, and y'all know that I love the business of sports and all that stuff. So felt like it, and obviously it's an issue I know well, having been an LSU fan forever, waiting for a new arena and knowing all the particulars. But it was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that conversation a lot. Tiger Diver, morning Scone. Can men's basketball still make the NIT? Absolutely. Yeah. Look, Tiger Diver, if they beat Missouri on Saturday, you can't lose to Missouri at home. That would be let's see. Let me look up the updated net real quick. LSU's net is 89, which obviously is poor, but it's fine because they'll get in as an at-large in an expanded 32-team NIT. But they play – see, Arkansas, their net is 116. So it was a bad loss for LSU last night. And I'm looking for Missouri. I may be scrolling a while. Bottom line, Missouri would be a really bad loss. You can't lose it over to Missouri. Beat Missouri, get to 500 in conference play, and I think you go to the SEC tournament playing with house money. All you do if you win, you just further solidify your spot. But go beat Missouri, and you should be in. I don't even see Missouri in the net. Oh, man. I'm in the 280s. I might have passed it, but you're 0 in the conference. I must have passed it. They can't be in the 350s. Mississippi Valley's dead last. Ooey Pooey's 361. Anyway, point is, go beat Missouri. Go beat Missouri, and you should be in. Whoops. What time is it? 7:53. Okay, couple more. Let me get to a couple more here. Vernell Thomas, good morning, Rolling Sconers. Rocky Killian, good morning. Just getting on. What seed do you think the ladies get in the tournament? I think it depends on what they do in the SEC tournament. I think they can get as high as a 2 seed. Gary Petrie, morning, Uncle Scone. Just walking in from work. Basketball lost, baseball won. We need to win Tuesday to be post-worthy. I guess you're talking about basketball. Do they need to win in the SEC tournament? I don't believe so, man. I think you beat Missouri and you're in. You're into the NIT. Hey, Dad, good morning. Tom Granite, good morning. Ryan Slayton, good morning. 5 degrees in Glendive, Montana. Next week, be watching from Tucson, Arizona. Went to Tucson back in 2003 when LSU played there in the championship season. Enjoyed that trip. They had no idea why we were there. We were going to bars that night, the night before the game, the Friday night. They're like, why are y'all here? We're for the game. U of A's playing a game? No, they had no idea it was about. There's a football game. Brett DeGrow, why would you go on Alabama Raiders? I'm ready to go. Darren Gagnon, when are you doing jocks this morning? I think it's 10. Oh, hang on. Nope, not 10. Let's see. I'm going on jocks at 11:10 a.m. I'll be on jocks. Deborah Cowart, morning, Matt. Great comeback last night. Glad the fans took pictures of the score. Jacob Willis, what's going on? Good morning. The GOAT, your tweet about Anderson being perfect. You jinxed him on the next batter. Oh, come on. He was perfect. That was just a statement of fact. He was perfect through 3 innings. He was perfect through 3 innings. Okay. I think we got to go. I think there might be some I missed. Noel Tahi, good morning. Preston Broadhead, good morning. Tim Forche, good morning. Ryan DeLon, good morning. Didn't get a chance to watch the game. Was Cade mixing an off-speed pitch yesterday? Yes. He's got a great slider, and he throws an overhand curve as well. He's fantastic. Yes. Okay, we're done. And the thing about it, and the other thing too, it's not just the overhand curve. It's that he can throw the overhand curve for a strike, or he can bury it. And that's the thing. Listen, if you can't throw your curveball for a strike, then anytime a hitter sees the spin, they just don't swing. That's the problem Cam Johnson's having right now. Because he can't throw his off-speed pitches for a strike, no matter how much it moves, if a hitter sees the spin, they just don't swing. But when you can throw it for a strike and you have to respect it, then you don't know if you're going to end up swinging over the top of one where the bottom falls out. That's what made Alex Lang so devastating. Alex Lang could spike the 57-foot breaking ball, or he could buckle your knee and throw it at your knees. And that's why he's a big leaguer. Anyway, all right, we got to go. Thanks so much for watching. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. None of you noticed the new edition? No one commented today on the new edition here.